Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 1 of 1 back again, and apparently we just lost a filter. That was good timing, I guess. There we go. Crunch that guy up. Get some delicious, I don't know, brownie mix. Alright, so in this episode, you can see over here that I did get 5 of the sorting systems done. So that's all good. I had to rebuild it like 3 or 4 times because I kept on forgetting things. So for instance, if you don't have stackers in here, these guys, you're going to get like single pieces in here, and that's going to fill up real fast. So after the sorter, you have to put the stacker, and then the stacker goes into the silo, and that's how you get your full stacks. So I forgot to do that, but this seems to be working fairly quickly. I don't know if it's any faster than the system that I made, but I mean, it probably is. Arguably, maybe I don't know, but I mean, it works. The computer I used to set it up is right there. It is turned off now because the sorter is no longer needed, and then we have just all of our extra stuff being thrown into here, which means that all of this can be combined. So I've got a bunch of stacks, full stacks here, from when I was moving things, so yeah. And then I threw a bunch of volatiles in here, and then the other thing that I have to do is basically redo this wall right here. So let me take this apart real quick. Do I want to do... I really don't want to do an iron wall. I kind of want to do a steel wall. You know, given the opportunity. So I can take this and store it again. Actually, hang on. Wall? No, wall is there. Okay. And sheets are here. I have a frame and I have a wall. Oh, I have one wall. Nice. And I have sheets for that wall. Okay, good. Okay, so now we place the wall. It's already in the right spot. That's a window, that's a wall. Wall type 3? I've never used type 3. Let's see what that looks like. There you go, just a pretty standard wall. Alright, so now that that is good here, and we've got our IC set up over here, so I moved it from there to here, and this is what's going to control everything inside of here. And then keep in mind that I've got the transformer out there, so everything after the transformer is hooked up just for this stuff. And then I also put this together for the nitrous, so that's all good to go. And once this is done, I mean, there are no other things in here except for water and steam. So, yeah. Alright, so here's the thing, right? So if there was, I'm assuming... Yeah, so this is what the coding does currently in the ICs. Like, you turn it on, and then if it doesn't detect anything in there, it turns off the filtration unit, right? So it must be detecting some nitrogen in there, yeah. But yeah, it looks like it's mostly oxygen in here now. So if we were to do that, so this isn't exactly what I want it to do, right? So it was good code, no doubt good code. But I'm going to change it to be a bit more specific to what I want, and then that'll also allow me to save a little bit on these ICs. So I mean, so long as they're not really doing anything, I mean, this one's grabbing some nitrogen, so I guess I can let that continue. I think we can probably take the pollutant one out. Alright, so if I throw this in there, and now, I'm going to attempt to figure out how to write this thing in such a way that this works. Okay, so
Waste tank caution.
I have all of these things already in here. So we're going to alias, and this is going to be filter 02 into D1. Sorry, lowercase D1, alias filter. What was the next one? CO2? CO2, and then alias, what was the next one? Nitrogen. I'm just filter N, yeah, just N, I think. That'll be in D3, and I do want to check these things. So we'll just confirm that for now, and I just want to see what, because I already have them set up here, right? So we have our sensor, we have O2, CO2, nitrogen, pollutant, and then volatiles. Okay, so then pollutant is next. Alias, filter pollutants for D4, and then alias, filter volatiles into D5. Okay, so that uses up all of this stuff, right? Now, I got to figure out how to do some stuff here. So, we have registers, we have filter on. So I think this is turning the thing on and off. It's not just the filter on and off. So I think that's kind of one of the reasons why this isn't working as it should. So this should be like filter on, not just regular on. And then I will modify this. Modified from, there we go. Because this isn't, I mean, it's based off of his stuff, but no, it's just going to be more specific. Okay. So target gas is going to be put into a register, so that's like a variable, right? Okay. So if we're looking here, one target gas sensor, what is, oh no, that's an L, okay. Okay, so this is the thing at the end, and this is the action that we're having it do, and then this is the condition that we have to fill in order to make it do the thing we want it to do. Okay. Set dB. What is dB? dB? What? Okay. I wish there was like a thing where you, because like with Microsoft Access, which is the coding program that I'm, well, Visual Basic, I should say, since that's the one that I'm most familiar with, if you put your cursor in the middle of here and you hit F1, it'll like look that up, like that particular thing, and it'll tell you kind of like what it is. I'm assuming this does not have that. Okay. Okay, so now I just gotta figure out how this whole thing works. It's hard learning new coding languages when you already know one. It's like learning a new language when you already know a different one. It's like, it's a little hard. Okay, so let's, because this is gonna come out, right? So we're gonna have load target gas sensor. So we're probably going to be running all of these all at the same time, except for nitrous, which I will not be using. That one will just get its own little code or something, or I'll just turn that one on manually when I need to. So we'll put this down here just to store it. Call this unused coding. All right. So we're going to load target gas, which is a register, from the sensor with the ratio of oxygen. Okay. Now if that ratio is greater than 0, for whatever one we're looking at, we want to turn the filter on. Now filter on is another variable here. And that's, okay, so then I wonder if this is supposed to be like capitalized, because I mean it should be reading from here, right? So, okay, hang on. Let me check some stuff real quick. Okay, so filtration also gives us the ratios of stuff that are in there. I don't really care too much about that, though. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Holy crap, dude. Combustion input and output, what? Temperature output, pressure output. Okay, so we've got output 1 and output 2. Okay, so this is checking each of the pipe connections. Okay. Ratio, setting, mode, open, power. Okay, so I think what I want to modify is the power. So I want it to turn on when it is detecting something, and I want it to turn off when it is not. Okay. All right, so then what we have to do here is let's see, so set greater than then the register. So filter on was register 1. But hang on, let me see. Trying to work this out in my head. I know that a lot of you guys are probably screaming at me right now saying, oh, you gotta do this, oh, you gotta do this. Okay. So what is dB? That's what I'm confused about here. Hang on, let me look that up. And also I should probably pause this. dB, what is that? Nothing. Okay, so I don't know what dB means because unless I find it in here, should all be alphabetical, possibly. Oh, there's a lot of B's in here, jeez. C's, D's, okay. C's, D's. There is no dB. Okay, so what is a dB? I mean, I know dB stands for database or decibels or something like that, but in this context, what does a dB stand for? I don't know. Set dB. Okay, so hang on. Filter on is a variable. Set greater than filter on, target gas. Okay, so then would this be, no, this has to be a register. But how does that relate? Oh, I see, I see. So this is a Boolean here. Okay, so what's happening here is we're setting a Boolean if it's greater than, so then it'll be a 1, otherwise it'll be a 0. Okay, so that's, geez, that was ridiculously difficult. Okay, so in that case, what we want to do, okay, then target gas is a thing that we're checking against, right? Yes. Okay, so what do we want to set the Boolean. And then target gas is the thing that we're looking at, which is the variable that's being set above, right? So then we're loading target gas above from the sensor. And then what we do is we put in a number here, and if that gas is above here, then this Boolean now contains either a 1 or a 0. Now once we have that, then we can set whichever one oxygen is, which is, I'm assuming, D1. Then we have to find the correct thing, power, and then we're going to set that to the Boolean. Okay, I think that's what I need. Okay, so So target gas is our first variable. Yeah, so we're filling this variable by looking at the sensor and specifically the ratio of oxygen. All right, so then we're loading this variable with that. Okay. Then once we have that set, we have something to compare against. We're going to set greater than Boolean. So we're setting the Boolean to something. And what we're setting it to is if it is greater than, which is going to be either a 0 or a 1, right? It's setting this Boolean based on if this target gas is greater than 0. And if it is, that gets a 1. If it is not, that gets a 0. And then we are going to set D1, which is our filter, up here. So I should be able to do this and have that still work. Okay. So then we're going to set filter for O2, for oxygen, the power, and we're going to set that equal to the Boolean. Okay. I think that is how that is supposed to work. All right, so then I just have to repeat this whole thing again. Actually, can I? No. Can I? It doesn't let me select the whole line either. Okay, so that's interesting. All right, well, then we'll just have to reorganize these things so that way they are in the proper order. Okay, so there's our carbon dioxide, followed by our nitrogen. Followed by our pollutants, followed by our volatiles. Right? Right. Okay. And then we're going to set greater than, we're just going to reuse the Boolean again, setting it to the target gas, which is what we're setting in the previous line, and if it's greater than 0, and then if it is, then we're going to set filter for CO2. We're going to set the power. Basically, we're just turning it on and off based on what the Boolean has. Okay. So a Boolean, if you're not familiar with it, it's a 1 or a 0 or a true or a false. It's either, that's all it can be, right? So a Boolean is a single bit. Yeah, they are extremely useful, especially when you're trying to compare stuff. And then that has to be a capital, of course. All right. And then we go here, set greater than Boolean target gas 0. And then set filter nitrogen. We're setting the power equal to the Boolean. And we're just going to repeat this again. Set if greater than Boolean. Target gas 0. Filter, nope, this is going to be pollutants, power Boolean. And then the last one, set greater than Boolean, target gas 0. Set filter volatiles, power equal to Boolean. Okay. And then I don't need this on at all. I don't need this at all. Okay. That can go there, and then this can go here. There you go. So that should take care of 5 of these things, I'm hoping. And we're just reusing the Boolean, going through each iteration, so each time it'll reset. So as it goes through here, it'll just go like, goes through, and it just reuses the same variables over and over again, which is very, very useful. And then it will go back to the main and then wait for a second and then try it again. So I'm just going to confirm that. And then we need to put this into the IC housing, and we're going to export that. Now that should have exported it. And we turn this on, and we should get no issues. We have an issue. Incorrect logic type at line 15. Okay, what is line 15? on power boolean. No, that's all correct. Hang on. Maybe it doesn't like me using that and I have to use D1 instead. Just confirm. Export that again. Wait, do I have to turn it off to export? Probably, right? Export. Now turned on. Should get another error. It's still at line 15. Okay. How do I make you work? Unless it's not going to let me set the power. But why wouldn't it let me do that? That doesn't make sense. And it should be just fine because I already established that this is the variable that I'm using to describe D1, so that should be fine too. So set filter 2 power equal to the boolean. Okay, so and then we're loading target gas from the sensor, looking at ratio oxygen. Okay, so that's the load. Now, would this also need to be a load instead of a set? I wonder. Yeah, let me export. Nope, still doesn't like that. Okay. Okay. Oh, hey, I left that on this entire time? Whoops. I didn't mean to leave that on. My bad. That's close enough. Alright. So, it doesn't like something. So, let me... hang on, let's go back into here. Let's pause this. Look up stuff. Okay, so set. Stores register value to logic type on device. Now, could it be that the oxygen one is turned off and that's why it's not working? Or would it be because this is already being powered by something? No. It's definitely got the bigger code in there. It still doesn't like line 15 here. Okay, so let me put this back to set. Confirm. Turn off. Export. Turn on. Okay, now it's saying at line 19. Okay. Oh. That could be an issue. Okay, confirm. And then export. And turn it back on. What do we got? Now we're back at line 15. Man. Nope, still doesn't like line 15. Well, set filter O2 power boolean. Let's try setting the on. Confirm. Now, I don't know if you have to write to this thing when it's off or when it's on, or if it even really matters, but... okay, now it's saying line 19. So can we not set something to power then? That doesn't make sense to me. Or does that just mean that it is powered? That could be what the issue is. All right. Oops, nope. Confirm. Export. Try this again. Holy shit. Okay, apparently it doesn't like the... Oh, that's because the pollutants keep coming in. Okay. Where are the pollutants coming in from? But hey, I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do, right? Like, it's detecting that there are pollutants in the line, and it's turning on every time it detects them. So that's good. The pressure's going up. Why is the pressure going up? Shouldn't be any pressure going up. It's very odd. We'll turn that on. Okay, and then it's nitrous is just kind of doing its thing. I don't have a code for that. But I mean, okay, so no more pollutants, and the thing is not turning on anymore. So I think we got it, and I think it works. So that's good. Now, how much different is this from what Peter Ward had? Probably not different at all, to be honest. I just kind of combined them all into a single thing and changed a couple of words around. That's pretty much it. But I mean, it's working. So that's good, right? And then I'll probably need to, have this one be on its own thing. Because I mean, I only have so many inputs and outputs over here. I only have 6, right? So that's the most that I can fit in here, unless I do like a whole other housing. Which, you know, I could do, but it would be kind of a waste.
Power low.
But hey, we did a thing, and we made it work, so that's cool. And so now that I've got all of the stuff out of here, that's going to be nitrogen and nitrous that comes out of this ice that I'm about to put in there. Okay. Here, have some ice. Let's see if that turns on. It does turn on. Okay, sweet. Alright, so that should hopefully help us out a little bit at least. And then that does not need to be on. Alright, we're gonna have a lot of nitrogen in here. Probably a fair amount of nitrous too. Oh hey, there's the sun. Hi sun, how's it going? And there's no volatiles in there, so I can just throw the oxide in there as well. Shouldn't be a problem. The only thing I am going to have an issue with is potential condensing of solids inside the pipe because it's too cold. Which is going to result in burst pipes and then gases going everywhere, which is not going to be a fun time. Hopefully I don't have to worry about that though. It says there's liquid in the pipe, so that's not terrible. Yeah, so there's... Yeah, those both turn themselves on. Good to go. Alright, so that seems to be working, and we saved a few ICs. So that's good. I can use those in other places now. I want to put one in here, but here's the thing. Once this turns off, does that still get powered? And that's why it wasn't turning back on? I think that might be what the issue was. In which case, I would have to run this again into another IC to control that one. Which is fine, because I can do... I mean, I'm going to have another 4 more in-outs over there. So I could reuse that, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Okay. Yeah, so let me just print off another IC housing. We'll see if we can make it work. Power seems to be okay. We got a stack of extra junk in there, so that's always fun. Yeah, so we have ICs. That makes me happy. Additional ones, because they're not cheap. Oh, look at that. It doesn't even go in there like flat. It's like on the side. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so power. We like power. Okay. We also like drinking. So let's go ahead and do that. We should probably eat something too. Good to go. All right. Let me make a potato. And you'll notice that I'm not growing any potatoes, and that's because I've got too many at the moment. So they're just kind of chilling in there right now. Good to go. There is my delicious baked potato with butter and herbs, it looks like. I don't know where I got the herbs from. Alright, so there's that. Good to go. Alright. So, IC housing. Alright. Housing. Okay. Copper, steel, and solder. Okay. So there's the steel. There's the copper. Gold we can put back over here. That we can put up there, and then I'm gonna need some solder. There we go. Make me one of those, please. And then you can turn off. Right, that's already on. Good, 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 good. That's good. Well, that actually takes a long time to make. Huh. Imagine that. Okay, that is our IC housing. Good to go. Alright, so let's go plug this thing in real quick, and then I will grab one of these. So I have to reprogram it. I'm also going to have to rename it. Alright, so let me get out my little namer thing. IC housing, Atmo room 1, confirm. Atmo room 2, confirm. Alright, good to go. And the reason why I have to do this is because I have to tell this thing to write to something specific. So, let's go through here, and then I need to basically replace this, which is going to be N20. I should. Do I need to save this? I don't know if I necessarily need to save this. N20, and then all of this can go because I'm not using it yet. So we're just using 2 of those right now. We still have to use this. And then this has to be nitrous oxide. Good. And then this is going to be filter N2O. Good. And then this line. Alright, that can go, that can go, that can go. Okay, good to go. So that will control the nitrous oxide filter. And then we need to write this into Atmo room 2. And then make sure that's off. It is off. Okay, export. Okay, turn it on. Issues. Right, I have to set up the things here. Okay, so that goes to the sensor. Oh, pipe analyzer. There we go. And then this one goes to. Wait, no. Repository. There we go. N2O. There we go. Now no, that should be fine. Okay, so that seems to be working. Do we have nitrous oxide in here currently? We do. Okay, nitrogen should also be on, and it is. Oxygen on as well. Yep. And this one should be technically flashing. Okay, good. It turned itself on, so that's good. All right. So that is all of this taken care of. It is now automatic. And do I need oxygen? Yeah, we could probably swap that out. Turn the pump on. All right, good to go. So, yeah, it's working. Good to go. All right. So if that's that, then I can still control like 4 other things in the room here using these. So, I mean, potentially 4 other things. We'll have to see how that actually plays out. I could do a fuel mixer in here. That would be interesting. Most definitely be interesting. And then I could have, well, I could have actually 2 different fuels. I could have the nitrous fuel, and I could have the just normal fuel. But I would need a lot of volatiles for that, I think. What are we at in here for volatiles? Um, 5.48 thousand moles, 2 megapascals of pressure. I mean, I think that's good, right? Yeah, I think that's good. For now, anyways. Now, something I could do is put a limiter on here where I would connect this up and then it would check, but then I would have to pull that into there, which is going to use up another slot. Yeah, probably not. I don't know. That'll definitely be something interesting to think about. And then I could put an atmospheric unit on here, like one of these things, for air conditioning, so I can keep the fuel at a very specific temperature at all times. That way, you know, it's not going to spontaneously combust inside of the tank, which would be devastating probably to this entire room, if not the entire base. So, I mean, we're making stuff work, so that's good, right? Learning slowly. Emphasis on slowly. All right, and then something I could do is put like a glass roof on there. Because I mean, do I want it to be like solid roofing in here, or do I want it to be glass roof? I mean, I suppose that kind of depends on what else I want to put up here, right? If I want to put anything up there at all. Don't know. Okay, so let's check to see how this is all doing. Okay, what kind of stacks we got here? 57 stacks? Okay, so this has not gone down at all, and I've only got 1 drill running, so you need 2 of these normal centrifuges for 1 drill. Confirmed. I'm sure most of you knew this already. I had an inkling, but I did not prove it at this point. For gold, we have no stacks yet. Silicon, same, no stacks yet. For copper, we have 1 stack. For iron, we have 2 stacks. And for coal, we have 2 stacks. So it is moving. Now, if I can get fuel, that means that I can run this thing and get this thing processing a lot faster and potentially turn those 2 on as well. So that'll be good. But then I got to figure out kind of what I got to do. So I don't know. I got a comment saying that I placed this thing too early, but I mean, yes and no. So my thought on this is that, like, by placing this here, I know that this is something that I want to put up. So it's kind of like encouragement, right? Or, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, right? It's just like, yeah, I want to get this thing working. And every time I see it, it's like, yeah, I got to get going closer to make this thing working. So it's kind of just like a constant reminder of stuff that I got to do. Let's see, and we're 40 minutes in the video, but there's not really much else I need to do here except wait for these things to give me more stuff. So the game's got to run for a little bit, or I could set up more centrifuges, but the problem is I'm probably going to run into an issue with my power if I put in any more. I'm already kind of running into an issue as it is. So more power generation, I suppose, is something else that I could use. I do have some wind here, but it's not very much unless there's a storm. So I'm not sure how good those things are doing for me right now. What other power situations are there? I mean, there's fuel, right? You can get a fuel generator. There's the hard, whatever generator thing, whatever this thing's called. I forgot what this thing's called. What is this called? Generator, solid fuel. That's what it is. So we got this thing, right? Now I could set up a power circuit for this to monitor the batteries. I mean, that would be another good use for the IC circuit. So if these drop below a certain amount, but then I would have to try to automate the coal input here, so that would be interesting. Probably not something that I would want to do. At least not yet. I mean, I'm not at that point yet. I've seen some people's bases and they're like amazing, and they're like huge and they're complex and they got just stuff going all over the place. And this is like kiddie land, like by comparison. So I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. That's. I mean, I could put some more down here, but then I'd have to run another power thing over here. Yeah, do I want to? I mean, I could just run it down there, but then I can't go around that because that's going down the wall. You know what? Let me think about this for a little bit. I'll be right back. All right, so I've had a good think about this, and I think what I would like to do is either expand this room right here to take up the entire roof, or lay down some foundations to cover this half. And then continue building that across. And then potentially enclose all of these inside a glass. That way they don't get damaged from the storm. I've read and have listened to other people who say that these do work inside. Sorry, I have hiccups for some reason. I mean, we could try it, I guess, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does work, great. But I think we're gonna need a lot of steel, like a lot of steel. And then that is good. Should probably throw some additional coal in there. Oh, I suppose we're not really gonna have to worry about this once we get all this stuff done. Okay, so do I have steel in here? No, in here. I have 120 steel. Okay, so there's the solder. We'll put that back. There's our steel. And our copper, we can throw back on over there. We can turn this off. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Okay, so I think I will do the frames, because there are some things that have to be put onto frames. You can't just put them on like walls on the ceiling, right? So I'm thinking, okay, and then how many am I gonna need? Like 20? I'm gonna have to check. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. So I'm gonna need 25. Not sure how I feel about that. But I mean, we gotta get it done, right? So I guess we just go and get it done. Alright, so we got the frame set up. And that's just gonna be cooking away for a little bit, so I'm gonna pause, and then when I have 25, we'll resume. Alright, so there is our 25 frames, and now we're gonna need 50 sheets, because I do plan on fully building these out. So we should have more than enough to make those. So I'm gonna pause again, and then when we have 50, I will be right back. Alright, 25 frames and 50 sheets. I also recharged all of the batteries in most of my tools, so those shouldn't run out anytime soon either. Make sure my helmet is closed, good to go. And why the space here? That's just dumb. Okay, anyways. This ladder is gonna have to come off. So let me figure out what that needs. Wrench. Angle grinder. For a ladder? Really? Okay. Okay, so that will get stored and reused, of course. And then I think these are on the outside, so those are all gonna have to come down too. So I guess what I can do is start over here on this side. I can't place these because of the windows here. Alright, easy enough. I suppose what I can do is start welding. I don't know if the battery that I've gotten here is going to last for all of these, because there's a lot of welding that I'm doing right now. Okay, so there's that. Now I need space for stuff. Alright. So I'm going to rip out all of the windows here. That's got to come out too. Okay, so there's the windows, which I can just toss in here for now, I guess. And we have to take off all of these iron plates. Or iron sheets, whatever you want to call them. Okay, then those can go in there. Then I have to drill, or grind, the rest of these down. Okay, so there's that. Those can go in there as well. I'll close that for now in case a storm pops up. I don't want to damage stuff. Alright, and then alright, so right, steel sheets right hand. There we go. Now I should be able to get these done. Last one. Alright, good to go. now I need to figure out where to put the ladder again. I mean, if I'm going to enclose this whole thing, where would it make sense to do that? And then also, if I am going to enclose this whole thing, then I could just reuse these. But I need the ladder, so let me put the ladder down here for now, I guess. Good enough place for it. Alright, so I guess we'll just start over here. Inside or outside? Probably outside, right? Yeah. Alright. 3, 4, 5. I should use steel windows, shouldn't I? Yeah. That's gonna look nicer. It's gonna look a lot nicer. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so then I can store some of this stuff anyways. And then, I'm gonna need, what, 15 plus 25? That's gonna be 40 steel walls. That's a lot of steel walls. And then I'm also... There's a lot of things that I'm on the fence about, because, like, I know that we can do angled walls, right? I know that they're in here, they exist. So, right, so we've got these geometric walls, flat walls, arched walls, right? So we have all of these different things that we can do, right? So do I want... I mean, do I want it to be a box, or do I want to, like, angle it a little bit? Or should I just start with the box and go from there? I don't know. So that'll make 51, and those take 1 steel each. Alright, we'll just make all those up, and then I'll make another batch of steel. It says that I'm thirsty, but I got a little bit of time. Alright, let's see. So that is filling up as expected. We have enough for 1 full thing of steel. So that's good. That can go there, that can go there, good to go. And that should be processing, yeah, alright. We're still at 611K, it's not terrible, actually. I mean, it's not enough for steel, but, you know. I don't think it'll be terrible. Alright, so that is everything that we need for the steel, except for heat. So, let me get one of these down, get those down. That should light it up a little bit. And if I need to, I can always bring the pressure down. Might actually not be a bad idea. But I think we need, is it 800, 900? Yeah, we'll just drain some of the pressure out of here. And then this is going up to that tank right there, so that's why I can easily drain this entire thing and not have to worry about it too much. It's draining very slowly though.
Hydration critical.
Okay, fine. I'll go and drink something. Well, there's 30. That's cool. Alright, so I don't need that. I don't need this. There, are you happy now that you have water? Alright. That's still doing its thing. We're making extras, but that's fine.
Oxygen
Oh,
critical.
whoops.
Low
Had already
pressure.
closed it. My bad. Alright. How are we doing? 732. Okay. Well, oh, there, that's gone. Okay. Apparently these can only stack to 30. Okay. Okay, so let's try this again. Gotta be quick about it, otherwise it will disappear on you. Oh, no, that's oxide again. Dang it. Okay. Volatiles. There we go. $8.19, $8.34, $8.52, $8.62, $7.70, $80, $90. Should get us there. Good. Where is our steel? Alright, and then I'm just going to let the rest of this just kind of drain off for now. It should be... Oh, hey, you don't need to be on. It should be flipping these guys on, taking out all the stuff. Good to go. Makes me happy to see that. Alright, sweet. Hopefully there isn't any, like, explosive stuff in there. Oxygen. Volatiles. No, the volatiles are gone. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so, now that we have all of this, I have to throw all of these into there. You are making a mess, sir. So put a stacker there. I would love to, except it would block my entrance. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm gonna need steel sheets, more of them. Like 40. Okay, hang on. Let's do it this way. Let me. Oxide volatiles. Oh, right. I can't split this because it's not in ore form. That makes sense. Okay, sir, if you don't mind. Thank you. If I had an extra splitter, I could maybe do something about that, but I don't. So I won't. Alright, so I'm gonna need a lot of glass in here too. So I'm gonna pause and I'll come back once it's pretty much done because we're just about at an hour. So I just want to show you guys the finished product. And then this will be good for a video. Oh, it's 2 o'clock already? Oh, crap. Well, I guess we're gonna end it here because I don't have enough time to process the video and upload it. So this one might be a little late. Anyways, gotta go. Have a good one.